I wore a wedding dress at a wedding. My cousin Ashley was getting married last month and she'd asked me to be her maid of honor. I was super excited because we grew up together and she's basically like my sister. The wedding was supposed to be this gorgeous outdoor thing at her fiance's family's vineyard. 2 weeks before the wedding, Ashley calls me sobbing. Turns out her mom had been hiding the fact that they were basically broke. Her parents had promised to pay for the wedding, but had been lying about their finances for months. The dress shop was demanding full payment, or they wouldn't release Ashley's wedding dress. Ashley had already paid them like $3,000, but still owed another $1,500. Her fiance's family was already paying for everything else, and she was too embarrassed to ask them for more money. She was talking about canceling the whole thing or just going to City Hall in jeans. I couldn't let that happen. So I did something probably really stupid. I went to the dress shop and paid off the rest myself, but here's where it gets weird. The lady at the shop mixed up the orders and gave me Ashley's dress instead of just releasing it to her. I tried calling Ashley, but her phone was going straight to voicemail. The wedding was the next day and I was freaking out. I drove to her house, but nobody was home. Turns out they'd all gone to some family dinner thing and weren't coming back until late. The morning of the wedding, I'm standing in Ashley's bridal suite at the venue with her dress in my hands. She's having a total meltdown because she thinks her dress is gone forever. Her mom is crying, her bridesmaids are panicking, and Ashley is talking about wearing her mom's old dress from the 80s. That's when I pulled out her actual dress. Ashley literally screamed and started crying happy tears. She hugged me so hard I thought she might crack my ribs. But then we realized we had another problem. While I was explaining everything to Ashley, my bridesmaid dress had somehow gotten completely soaked. One of the other bridesmaids had knocked over this huge vase of flowers and the water went everywhere. My dress was dripping wet and there was no way it would dry in time. Ashley looked at me, and then at the closet where they had a backup dress. A second wedding dress her mom had bought just in case. It was almost identical to Ashley's, but slightly different style. Ashley grabbed my hands and was like, "Please, just wear it. You literally saved my wedding." So there I was, walking down the aisle in a full wedding dress, while Ashley wore her actual wedding dress. The guests were so confused. I could see people whispering and pointing. Ashley's grandmother actually asked if it was some kind of double wedding situation. During the ceremony, the photographer kept accidentally taking pictures of me instead of Ashley, because I was standing right behind her and we were both in white. The officiant even got confused at one point and almost asked if I took Ashley to be my wife. At the reception, random relatives kept congratulating me and asking where my groom was. One of Ashley's aunts cornered me for like 20 minutes asking about my wedding plans and when I was due, because apparently white dress equals bride or pregnant in her mind. The best part was when Ashley's new mother-in-law saw me and completely freaked out. She started yelling about how inappropriate it was and how I was trying to upstage the bride. Ashley had to physically get between us and explain the whole situation. But honestly, Ashley was glowing all day and kept thanking me every 5 minutes. Her wedding photos turned out amazing, even with me accidentally photobombing half of them in another wedding dress.